standard song, a la George Gershwin or Rodgers and Hart. I mean,
Picture Los Angeles in 1979. The legendary Troubadour Club was alive with the sounds of guitars and the chatter of music industry legends. In the middle of all this excitement, something dramatic happened that would remain a mystery for decades. A young assistant rushed into a promoter's office, clearly upset. Linda Ronstadt had just stormed out of the green room after seeing a particular name on the performance list. She didn't argue or make a scene, she simply looked at the list, went cold, and left without saying a word. For years, nobody understood what had triggered such a strong reaction from the usually composed singer. Linda Ronstadt built her reputation not just on her incredible voice, but on her grace under pressure. She rarely spoke badly about other musicians in public and maintained a professional image throughout her career. But behind that polished exterior, there were deep wounds caused by betrayals and conflicts with fellow musicians, wounds that she kept hidden from the public eye. After decades of silence, the truth about Linda's most painful professional relationships has finally emerged. These weren't simple disagreements or temporary tensions. They were serious conflicts that shaped how she viewed the music industry and influenced her career decisions for years to come. The drummer who forgot his roots, Don Henley's story with Linda Ronstadt, began in the early 1970s when he was just a drummer and backup singer in her band. At that time, Linda was the star, selling out theaters across the country, while Henley was grateful for any opportunity to perform. She gave him his first major break in the music business, providing him with the platform he needed to develop his skills and gain recognition. As the Eagles began to achieve success, everything changed. The band that once opened for Linda's shows began acting like they owned the music scene. Henley, in particular, seemed to forget where he came from. His attitude toward Linda shifted from gratitude to arrogance as his fame grew. The situation reached a breaking point in 1975 during a backstage encounter at the Universal Amphitheater. Henley made a cruel comment about Linda's musical choices, suggesting she should stick to singing other people's songs and leave the real artistry to others. His words weren't just insulting, they dismissed everything Linda had worked for and achieved through her talent and determination. Linda's response was immediate and final. She removed Henley from her tour, ending their professional relationship on the spot. Industry insiders began sharing stories about Henley's increasingly difficult behavior, including reports of substance abuse and cruel treatment of others. For Linda, the betrayal cut especially deep because it came from someone she had helped and trusted. The night Jim Morrison crossed the line. In 1968, during the height of the counterculture movement, Linda found herself at a private party near the famous Whiskey A Go-Go. The Doors were at their peak, and Jim Morrison was known for his unpredictable behavior, both on and off stage. That night, Morrison had been drinking heavily when he spotted Linda in the crowd. Without warning or permission, Morrison pulled Linda onto the stage during a performance. What happened next was both embarrassing and frightening. Morrison attempted to kiss her in front of everyone, causing Linda to pull away instinctively. Morrison lost his balance, stumbled into her microphone stand, and nearly brought down the entire setup. The incident became the subject of underground gossip throughout the music industry, though it was never captured on camera. Instead of apologizing for his behavior, Morrison made things worse by mocking Linda in a radio interview months later. He called her weak and forgettable, showing no remorse for his actions. Linda never responded publicly to Morrison's insults, but those close to her knew how deeply the incident affected her. She saw Morrison as representing the worst aspects of the male-dominated music industry: talented but destructive, creative but disrespectful toward women trying to make their mark in the business. When activism turned personal, Neil Young and Linda Ronstadt should have been natural allies. Both were known for their political activism and their willingness to use their platforms to support important causes. In 1976, they came together for a benefit concert supporting farm workers, a cause both artists believed in strongly. However, what should have been a moment of unity became another source of conflict for Linda. Young began undermining her involvement from the start, rejecting her suggestions for the show and preventing her from performing certain songs. He criticized her music as being too commercial for the serious nature of the event.